Welcome everyone to round 9 of the Formula Renault Eurocup. We are fastly approaching the end of the season and we come to Hockenheim for the penultimate round. My name is Chris McCarthy. Thank you very much for being with us this morning. A dry qualifying session coming up for you. Let's talk a little bit about what happened in the race for the championship, because that race is fastly approaching the checkered flag and there were big changes last time out. Victor Martins has now extended his lead in the championship to 33 points. That mainly because of a big incident we had in the second race that saw Brazilian Caio Collet taken out on the very first lap after David Vidales had made contact with Franco Colapinto. He then went tumbling into an innocent Caio Collet. That non-score for Caio Collet was taken advantage of by his championship rival Victor Martins, who went on to win that second race at Imola, and he now has a 33-point gap. Without that win, the gap would have probably only been around 10 points or so. There you can see the number 20, Alex Quinn. He was one of the fastest in practice yesterday. They had 2 test sessions yesterday. It was very good for our championship leader, Victor Martins. He went quickest in the first 10th in the first session ahead of Caio Collet, who was just under a second back. However, the 2 championship rivals a little bit closer in the second. There you can see the number 27 on your screen, Hugo de Wilde. He's had some good rounds in recent months. I have to say, in all, Arden Motorsport have really started to find their feet in the latter half of the season. There you can see the Arden cars from left to right as we look at screen. Hugo de Wilde, Alex Quinn in the black, and then to the right, Richard de Gerus. Well, there is Caio Collet on your screen, the number 1 car, Renault Sport Academy driver. Now, I was at that Hockenheim race last year, and I have to say, in terms of drama, it was provided in big numbers between Caio Collet and Victor Martins. The 2 made contact down at turn number 10, so they have unfinished business here in Germany. There is William Alatalo, Finnish driver on screen. He currently sits down in 8th in the championship. 2 podiums for him so far this season. Let's see if he can add a 3rd to that this weekend. So championship wise, Martins leads by 33 points. Then there is a very close battle for 3rd. Now in 3rd place is Franco Colapinto on 156.5 points. The 0.5 being because we had half-point score in the first race at Spa. David Vidales, what a disaster for him at Imola last time out in the F1 support race. He didn't get round 1 lap without making contact. He went out on the first lap in the first race, similar incident in the second race, and both the incidents actually very similar. Contacts going into the braking zone, resulting in further contact by the time we hit the apex. So we've had a change for 3rd, no points scored for Vidales, who has had 6 podiums so far this season, 2 of those being race victories. He now drops to 4th place. He's 13.5 points back from young Franco Colapinto, the Argentine. Alex Quinn with a podium last time. He's moved up to 5th. He was quickest in practice, so watch out for him. Gregor Salsi is next along in 6th. Lorenzo Colombo sits in 7th, William Alatalo in 8th, Hugo de Wilde will be in 9th. Then Hadrian David, his first podium in the championship last time. Great result for young Hadrian David. He's in 10th. Paul Aron in 11th. The man you see on your screen there, Tiemann van der Helm, he currently sits 12th in the championship. Got off to a fantastic start in the championship with a 4th place at the first round. Let's see if he can find that form back. Still finding his feet is young Tiemann van der Helm at this level. Okay, so 20 minutes of qualifying coming up for you. As you can see now, the cars are starting to make their way out onto the circuits. There is Paul Aron, was signed by Mercedes last year. Commentated on Paul actually when he raced in karting. Very, very talented karter. European champion back in 2018. Jumped up to F4 last year. Paul Aron now jumping straight up once again to Formula Renault Eurocup. And he's shown promise this year. He took a podium back at Nürburgring. However, he's had 4 DNFs, in fact, in the last 4 rounds. So just been seriously unlucky. I mean, Paul Aron didn't go a race without finding a gravel trap, and couldn't say all of those excursions off track were his fault. Alex Quinn, though, he was brought in this year by Arden Motorsport to fill in for Jackson Walls with the pandemic hitting us. Jackson Walls, based over in Australia, couldn't make it over to do the championship this year, unfortunately. Alex Quinn stepping in for him, and he did that last year actually with Arden Motorsport, did it for 3 rounds last year, got 2 podiums in that time. And Alex Quinn has been flying the flag for the Arden Motorsport team, 4 podiums, one of those being a win that he took at Spa with that Arden team, got a 1-2. Victor Martins then, this was a round that saw his championship fight really change round last year after that contact with Caio Collet in the second race. It handed an advantage to Oscar Piastri, who we all know went on to win the championship. And he's made it back-to-back, of course, this year with an FIA F3 championship to his name, winning that with Prema. So that's what all these guys are pushing for. There's been some fantastic champions over the years, not to mention Lando Norris back in 2016, Pierre Gasly, who Victor Martins is trying to follow in the footsteps of. He was a French champion back in 2013. Sacha Fenestraz being another. Valtteri Bottas was champion in 2018. Brendan Hartley in 2017. Kamui Kobayashi in 2005. Did I say 2017? 2007 for Brendan Hartley. 2008 for Bottas. It's early, excuse me. 2005 for Kobayashi. 2000 for Felipe Massa. So in the last 20 years, a number of brilliant drivers there winning championships. And to give you an idea of the platform this championship provides for these drivers, only 6 drivers on the current F1 grid haven't raced in this championship. There's Nicola Marinangeli. Bit of a disappointment for him last time out, Nicola, but he's getting quicker and quicker all the time. He's a driver that always throws himself in at the deep end, quickly moving up the ranks, and after his performances in the UAE F4 Championship earlier this year, Nicola earned himself a seat to come and race this year. So Nicola Marinangeli there in the number 52, racing with the Bitec team, scored his first point in the championship back at Spa. So let's see if he can add some further points to his tally before the end of the season. He goes out on circuit. Now, to give you an idea of time, so top 3 in test 1, Martins, Quinn, Colapinto. This was yesterday. Quickest time 1:37.3, and then second session, quickest time of the day set by Alex Quinn, 1:37.2 ahead of Martins and Vidales. Any surprise results in those tests? Well, I have to say Hadrian David getting 4th place was a very good result. That's where he qualified in race 2 back at Imola before he went to take a 3rd place. I was impressed as well by Tiemann van der Helm. He finished 5th place in the second session, and given he's 12th in the championship, that was a very good score. Tiemann van der Helm, 41 points. He's tied on points at the moment with Paul Aron. Oh, and driver running a little bit wide. Cold brakes, cold tyres, long run down to a heavy braking zone and off wide. Now, this race last year, it is due to stay dry all weekend, and I'd say we got a dry race and a wet race last year. And the dry race was labelled the race of the season. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm sure many of you familiar with Hockenheim, but for those of you who ain't, we have a turn 1 and it's in there somewhere, turn 2. This is then the braking zone for turn 3, where we saw 2 of our leaders collide last year on the first lap, giving the race lead to Hugo de Wilde. He would then lead us on the first lap down this long curved run towards the hairpin down at turn number 6. And then this is where all the overtaking is done here, down at turn number 6. But that long straight, curved straight, if you like, maybe that sentence doesn't make sense, but that long run between turns 4 and 6 round the Parabolica, that is where all the drivers are able to stay close together. Essentially, it's almost like drag racing down there. It's, similar to, we get a slight bit of oval racing style, where they all tuck into the slipstream and then saw it out when they get down towards the hairpin. So very hard to break away around this circuit, because the flat out run through turn 7 and into Mercedes at turn 8, again, that keeps the drivers congested. But it's this stadium section of the circuit, as we pick up Hadrian David currently leading the way so far. The number 17, has just put in a 1:43.092. This is the stadium section where it's crucial. You've got to break away to then get a break. But I'll stop talking more about what we're going to see and talk about what we're actually seeing. And David leads the way, 1:43.092. It's a 43.7 for Franco Colapinto, and here he comes, making his way down towards the left-hand hairpin. The number 11 there, tilting his way in, banked hairpin this one. Colapinto doing a great job so far this season, up to third place now. He's carrying a lot of confidence. Took a podium last time out as well. He turns into the right-hander now through the last corner and on towards the start-finish straight. So up to the line he comes. What does Franco Colapinto do as he crosses the line? He does a 40.9, and that puts him on provisional pole position. So the fight for pole has started. You've got to be careful of track limits here. There you can see Colapinto drifting through, and that's going to lose him time as he hits the curb at a very awkward shape there. Colapinto, though, leads the way. 40.9, 41.5 for Amaury Cordeel. Degeris, lead rookie, he currently in third. We're waiting to see, though, down the field, the likes of Caio Collet. Lorenzo Colombo was quick here last year as well. Alex Quinn, likewise. Gregor Salsi did well here last year too. Let's see what he can do. He's down in 13th place. So we're building it up. We're not even halfway through the session yet. But that man there, Franco Colapinto, currently leading the way. Single-seater fans will remember him racing in the Toyota Racing Series earlier this year. Was extremely impressive in that. Franco Colapinto turns his way in towards Mercedes. With just over 10 minutes to go, Franco Colapinto leading the way. Here he comes. Peter Pacek now we pick up as he makes his way up towards the line. What will Pacek do as he crosses the line? 1:46.081 for Pacek, the number 12. Now you can see making his way down the straight for MP Motorsport. Middle of the pack contender here last year, Peter Pacek. He's currently down in 13th place. Has a very good last race, actually. Matched his best result of this season with a 6th place finish. See what Pacek can do here. Around the parabolica he comes down, making his way down towards the hairpin. Nice tight line through there. We've got Alex Quinn, though, has just gone fastest. Alex Quinn, 1:39.112. Colombo has gone second. Alatalo has gone third. Colapinto now sits in 4th place. We've had Marian Angeli go up to 3rd place, the rookie, with a 1:40.574. So the times are now tumbling. Alex Quinn quickest, though, and quickest by over 6.5 tenths. 1:39.112 is now the time to beat, but Tiemann van der Helm looks like he might beat this here. Around the final corner he comes, and Tiemann van der Helm up towards the line. Here he comes, 1:38.684. Tiemann van der Helm puts himself to the top of the times. What a fantastic run that for Tiemann van der Helm. Still hasn't had a podium yet this season, Tiemann van der Helm. The rookie, though, getting himself up into provisional pole. Will that last for long, though, because Caio Collet is now making his way out of the final corner. The Brazilian up to the line is going to go for a flyer, so clearly delayed on that last lap. He now sets himself up for a flying lap. Got to speak to Caio when I was at this event last year, and seriously confident driver. Carries that air of confidence that suggests he's going to go a long way in this sport. And he was the rookie champion last year, looking to turn a rookie title into an overall title. Here comes Alex Quinn. Oh dear, I think that's Paul Aron ahead of him. Looks like he's going to get delayed, unfortunately, out of the final corner. He comes and down the start-finish straight, and Alex Quinn on his flying lap has been delayed. Will it affect him, though? No, he still goes to pole position. 1:38.497. He'll be frustrated with that, though, as Alex Quinn caught traffic at just the wrong moment there. It's the number 32 that is ahead of him. Apologies to Aaron. That is David Vidales. David Vidales, who really does need a good result. Colombo has just gone quickest, it seems. Tiemann van der Helm we pick up now, the FA Racing driver. Around the final corner, Tiemann van der Helm up towards the start-finish line now. Can he go quicker than Colombo? Van der Helm up to the line. Yes, he can. 1:37.672. I feel the times are going to keep falling even more here, but we're getting closer to that 1:37.2 that we saw from Alex Quinn yesterday. We're only 4/10 away from it now. Will Caio Collet drag us up to that time? As you can see towards the bottom of your screen, it's a 1:37.6 to beat. Collet makes his way up to the start-finish line. Here comes the Brazilian, quickest in the second sector. Up to the line, he goes fourth. 1:38.749. Now we pick up his championship rival. Collet really needs a bit of luck this weekend. He needs to win, and he needs some bad luck to go the way of Martins. But Martins is now about to set what will be his first real flyer, his first shot at pole position. He comes up to the line, and on his first attempt, he goes to the front row. The Frenchman, 1:38.186. Good time that from Martins. Half a second back, though, from Van der Helm. Brilliant driving this from Van der Helm, has really got it hooked up around here this weekend as we now pick up Nicola Marinangeli. Oh dear, a big lockup down at the hairpin, and that is lap ruined and potentially tyres ruined as well. That inside front really gets put to the test this weekend. And the lockup there, you can see we've got a lot of heavy braking zones for that front right. This is Van der Helm. This isn't a replay, so this is live. Okay, round the final corner he comes, and he's gone purple through the first sector, meaning quickest overall. Van der Helm up to the line, and he does a 1:37.7. Can't beat himself, so stays pole position. Victor Martins, though, starting to wind it up now. He's just gone second. Now he's trying to take pole away from Van der Helm. Victor Martins makes his way up towards the fast right-hander here, and he's at a personal best through the second sector as well. 10 pole positions for Victor Martins so far this season. Let's see if he can make it 11. Caio Collet, though, goes pole. 1:37.518 on the Brazilian, goes to pole position. This is almost exactly like it was last year with Collet and Martins dicing for pole position. Martins, is he about to go pole? Is he about to take that pole position away from his championship rival? He heads up to the start-finish line, and Victor Martins, yes, he does. 1:37.157, and he does it by 3.5 tenths. There we see William Alatalo curb through turn one. You don't want to do that, and that's the reason why. Extremely quick corner, that one they all love. So yeah, that having spoke to the drivers about Hockenheim, they do love this circuit. Very quick circuit, and one of the reasons they do love it is because you can do a lot of overtaking around here. Hugo de Wilde, very impressive last year when he came into this championship as a 16-year-old. 3 podiums for him in the last 3 rounds. He's really starting to find his form, and I think that is evident, isn't it, as we see him out on track in this first qualifying session. Up towards the left-hand hairpin we go. Hugo de Wilde, quickest through the first sector, personal best through the second sector. Hugo de Wilde, can he put that Arden Motorsport car at the front of the field? He makes his way around the final corner, and Hugo de Wilde up towards the start-finish line. Can he do it? The young Belgium heads up to the line, and Hugo de Wilde goes 5th. Good qualifying that from Hugo de Wilde, and he's still got 4 minutes to go. Caio Collet is next, and he goes quickest. 1:37.149, 8 thousandths quicker than Victor Martins. Okay, we wait for the white and black livery coloured car next of Victor Martins in that ART car. This is another replay of, this is David Vidales. We haven't really seen much of Vidales. I apologise for that. So let me bring you up to speed of who is where. So Collet, Martins, Van der Helm 3rd. Aron has come up to 4th place. Great stuff from Paul Aron. Then we have the number 17 of Hadrian David. There's another lockup, that time by the number 52 of Marinangeli. Behind Aron in 4th, it's Quinn. David in 6th. De Geris is in 7th. Then it's Salsi, De Wilde, Colapinto, Pacek, Belov, Alatalo in 13th place. Then behind that, Colombo, Cordial, Toth. Vidal is really, really struggling. He's all the way down his 17th. Marinangeli rounds out the field. Okay, we've got a real fight, not just for the championship, but for pole position here this morning. Collet, the chaser in the championship, 33 points back from Victor Martins, so the Brazilian really, really needs this pole position here this morning. personal best through sector 1, quickest through sector 2. Here comes Caio Collet now making his way up towards the final corners. The RH GP driver in towards the final corner now. 2.5 minutes on the clock. He'll get 2 more laps after this. Collet up to the line, and he does a 1:37.080. We're seeing the quickest times we've seen all weekend now. Okay, over to you, Victor Martins then. 700s to find, but Tiemann van der Helm is trying to spoil the party. He's down at the hairpin, and he's gone quickest through the first sector. This is absolutely brilliant stuff from Tiemann van der Helm. You'd be very surprised to hear this driver hasn't finished on a podium so far this season, but he won the Rotax Match Challenge Grand Finals back in 2014, making him a world champion in karting. That was at Valencia in 2014, and from that day I always knew he'd go on to do big things. He impressed when he came up to single-seaters last year, and Tiemann van der Helm trying to go even better now this year as he makes his way up towards the left-hand hairpin. Purple through the first sector for Tiemann van der Helm. Bit slower through the second though, but he's still in with a chance to at least improve. That slower second sector may take him out. Oh dear, and Tiemann van der Helm. Well, that's it. Qualifying over for Tiemann van der Helm. That's going to ruin his next lap. And one little mistake there for Tiemann van der Helm is going to keep him in 5th at best. A replay of Collet coming through the final corner, and I assume we're going to see him running a bit wide, and yes we do. That would have ruined that lap and the next one, but Collet still leads. Here's a view looking down the pit lane, and there you can see Collet. You may not be able to see what colour that car is, but that is Collet. And he ran wide down at the first corner as well as he tried to make up ground. But he has 3/10 over Martins. Quinn is 3rd, Colapinto 4th, van der Helm, Aron, David, Saucy, De Geris, De Wilder, Pacek, Vidales and Beloff. There's a replay of van der Helm just snapping some oversteer there. Snap of oversteer as he comes through the penultimate corner. Okay, this is the number 11 now we pick up in picture. This is Franco Colapinto. He's currently in 5th place. Round the final corner he comes. He makes his way up towards the start-finish line. Franco Colapinto, is he going to go quicker with this? He does a 1:37.4. He doesn't, but he will get one more lap. Alex Quinn goes 2nd. Alex Quinn onto the front row of the grid, and he's got one more lap to do it. Mother Catherine will have no more fingernails left as she watches on. Alex Quinn in towards the right-hander, and the British driver currently on the front row of the grid. He's going to have one more lap here as well. Here is the number 73 of Tiemann van der Helm. He's going to come into pit lane after that mistake, so we pick up the number 52 of Marin Angeli. The flag is now flying here at Hockenheim. Caio Collet on his final lap, on his final attempt to secure pole position, but Alex Quinn could be the one that takes it away from him. He makes his way around the final corner and up towards the start finish. Oh dear, a little bit wide there, Caio Collet, but I think he just got away with it. He comes across the line, no improvement from him. We're waiting for Quinn, we're waiting for Martins as next car comes up to the line. Looks like that could be Franco Colapinto. Martins is next. Here comes Victor Martins. Makes his way around the final corner, up towards the start-finish line. Victor Martins crosses the line and does a 1:36.9. It's not good enough to take pole position. That leaves him 1/10 back from Caio Collet. We wait to see Alex Quinn to see what he's going to do next. Everyone making their way across the line. Alex Quinn, the next one that could still take pole position away if he's gone for another flying lap, of course. He will come across the line next. The flag is now flying, and Alex Quinn has not found the time to take pole position, I don't think. And that is going to be your session complete. So here we go. The result is the championship chaser finishes in pole position. Championship leader just over a 10th behind. Alex Quinn in 3rd place. He's looking to repeat that victory he got back at Spa. Paul Laron in 4th, one of his best qualifying performances of the season. Colapinto, van der Helm, David, Saucy, De Geris, De Wilder, Cordil, Pacek, Vidales Colombo, Belov, Alatalo, Toth, Marinangeli, and that's how they'll line up for the first race. We will begin our coverage at 3:05 UK time. So your top three then. Alex Quinn finishes in third place, chasing his fourth podium of the season and potentially his second win as well. Arden Motorsport on the second row of the grid. Championship leader, that was mission complete in terms of damage limitation. Victor Martins will start on the front row, and if he gets a good start, could have the inside run on this man here, Caio Collet. He takes pole position. A fantastic performance from the Brazilian as he in the fight to try and chase down Victor Martins in the championship. Fantastic qualifying once again here in Formula Renault Eurocup, and that is where we will complete our coverage for this morning. Thank you very much for tuning in. So the grid is set. Your two championship rivals will be side by side when they go down to the front row. Make sure you're with us at 3:05 UK time for race number 1 here at Hockenheim.